Sit
That
back
looks
a
good.
little bit. So see yourself
Yeah.
here. You just want to be in the camera the whole time.
Yeah, that's
Great.
great.
Can you see me?
Yeah, we're doing great. So basically, I just was saying that one of the things I admire about the book is it is about so many things. And one of the nice things is about teaching. And I think we don't really have a nice appreciation in this country for kind of the art of teaching. And you have a nice bit about why, at the age of 86, you're still teaching. So I just wanted to see if you could talk about that a little bit.
So first of all, bravo that a young man like you doesn't say people don't need teachers anymore. They can go on the computer. And here at the age of almost 87, I really consider myself a teacher, maybe more than a psychotherapist, because I do believe that the psychotherapy is geared to one individual or a couple or whoever is with you, but the teaching has more of an impact. And since I started as a kindergarten teacher and have been teaching many years, I just taught now my third year at Columbia University, Teachers College, a seminar on the family in the media. I'm going to do it again next year. And I taught 6 years Yale and Princeton about the Jewish family and about the American family. So I add to the teaching material some of my know-how and knowledge about sex therapy and relationships and issues that have to do with issues of sexuality and family life. But I mainly consider myself as a teacher. And you are right. We are not giving enough prestige and honor to teachers. For example, in France, every year, the first day of school, the children bring an apple to the teacher. In some other countries, they bring a flower to the teacher. We in this country, it's very sad because teachers have not been valued. Teachers have not been paid what they should be paid. And mainly they don't get the respect that Wall Street gets. And I tell people who go into the teaching profession how wonderful that they are willing to sacrifice maybe some monetary gains for that satisfaction that the people that teach will never forget them. I know that people who are in my classroom will never forget me. So I'm very pleased about your observation, and I have to tell your bosses, nobody has ever made that observation yet.
Oh, well, thank you.
The teaching, so bravo.
Thank you. And you have another great story in the book about being a woman who probably in any other army except for the new Israeli army would not have been accepted by that army, right?
First of all, too short.
Too short.
Too short is the first thing. Now I have to tell you a funny anecdote, which it's not in the book. My late husband, Manfred Westheimer, wanted to fight the Nazis, end of World War II. And he was in high school, they didn't accept him. They said finish high school in Louisville, Kentucky. And he came also out of Germany, but lived in Louisville, Kentucky. Then he finished high school. Then he was too slim. He didn't weigh enough. He ate, I don't know how many pounds of bananas, and he was short. He put newspaper in his shoes in order to be a little taller. So there is something about commitment. I think that I probably, in no other army in the world, would have been accepted 4'7" in any army unit. But I did well.
Yeah, but your first time with target practice, you weren't very comfortable, right?
No, because I was scared. First of all, it makes a noise. It's a Sten gun that goes boom, boom, boom. It's half automatic, half not. And it makes noise. And then I was very worried because what it actually does when you hold it, it kind of gives you a push. And I'm short and I don't weigh much. I was worried that it would push me over. So I overcame those. Luckily for me, that I never had to kill anybody. But if I had to, I know how. Any interviewer who is not nice or who doesn't do his homework know that I used to be a sniper in the Haganah.
Right. And you, your sergeant, I guess, suggested that you imagine Hitler as the center of the target, right?
That was psychologically to tell people like me who lost everything, who lost their parents, grandparents, their whole family, their whole life, in order to get them to be able to actually shoot, they had to really imagine some kind of an image.
Yeah.
And it worked.
Yeah. And so, do you have any sexual advice for new parents?
Yes. First of all, for new parents, make sure that you have a hook in that bedroom. Don't lock the door. Women don't like that. They're worried about the lock not opening. But for parents, especially when there are toddlers in the house, all the time what happens is in the middle of just before they have their sexual satisfaction, there are little footsteps walking in. And I can tell you that I know that he will lose his erection and she certainly has no time to have an orgasm. So I would like them to have a hook in the bedroom so that no door can be opened, but it's not dangerous not to open it. If it happens that that little one comes in, don't make a big to-do. Stop what you're doing. Tell them that, or the next day, if she's 4 or 5, what mommy and daddy are doing is they love each other. That's why they hug each other. That's why they have sex. That's how you were born. Use it as a teachable moment. Here you have again that word that you raised about teachers. And use it as a teachable moment to say when they love each other, this is what they do, but don't go into any details. Don't have to talk about all of the details of the sexual encounter. One more word for parents. Very important to take time out for your relationship with each other and for sex. So go to a restaurant, take a babysitter. If you don't have privacy because there are teenagers home, check into a motel. You don't have to stay the night. Check in for 2 hours. Bring bubble bath, bring some champagne, have good sex, and then go home.
Nice.
If you don't have money for motel, then you switch with another couple. You make somebody else babysit, and then you give them another evening.
Mm-hmm. Smart. And so I really like your perspective on fame in the book. You say basically that you haven't let it go to your head. It has certain perks, but that you're really using it to teach people about sex.
Now, not to say that I don't like limousines and that I don't like Amazon giving me the cars to take me where I have to go, but I don't take it for granted. And I like those perks, no question. I like that I don't have to worry about where the next meal is coming from or my grandchildren's college education. Thank God the children are finished with theirs. Some of my grandchildren are still in the middle. So, but that comes a little bit with age and with maturity. I love when people recognize me in the street. I also let them ask me questions, but not for 2 hours. Somebody says they have a question. I go to a corner and answer the question. So I tell you, Kirkus people, that it's very nice to be Dr. Ruth.
Okay, last question. So this reaction to sort of your recent comments about men being aroused in bed and the Talmud, did that reaction surprise you?
I tell you what surprises me a little bit. I have been saying the same thing for years now. that in the Talmud, in the Jewish tradition, it says if a man is aroused, if that part of his anatomy is erect, the brain flies out of the head, which means to say that there's a certain time when it's difficult to use your judgment. And that's why I'm loud and clear. I say, college kids, anybody, you have no business in bed with each other. And I'm talking now about gay people or heterosexuals. Naked, if you do not intend to have a sexual experience. I do not believe that somebody can, hold it 1 second, you might have to add them. I thought I closed it. You might have to splice it a little. 1 second. Yeah, just close it on the side. Okay, so I'll say the sentence again, then you can edit it. I know it's controversial because there is even a law, Title IX, federal law in terms of money. And I don't care about that. Even if it's a law, it's stupid because I want people to have a relationship. I want them, if they and want to have an intimate encounter, I want them to be protected against unintended pregnancy, against sexually transmitted diseases, but I also want them to be sexually literate, to know that no way can you be in bed and at one point say, I changed my mind. Now, you're going to tell me, what if she or he is drunk? I don't even want to talk about drunk people. I don't want to talk to them because you can't reason with them. So I say, go away, come back to me to talk to me when you are not drunk. Same with, drugs or whatever. So I know it's controversial, but that's part of being Dr. Ruth, that I know to stand up for what I believe in. And if people don't agree with me, I shrug my shoulders and I say goodbye.
Well, thanks so much for your time. I love the book and really appreciate you making time for us.
Thank you so much. I'll do it again.
Okay, you have...
Because you did your homework.
Oh, thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right, have a good day.
Thank you.